Hi guys, today we want to talk a bit about castings gone not so great or castings gone wrong in a Rajinikanth film. One of the more recent ones being Vettayan, where the villain Vijay Deverakonda, one of the stars in the Telugu film industry, although he has done villain roles in films like Bahubali, if you look at his body size, his huge body size, his own alpha aura, and his way of carrying himself, to put himself as a villain in a Rajini film, especially a not so well developed villain, because due to them trying to give twists to the story, they didn't bring on Vijay Deverakonda until much late in the film. Therefore, his presence came in much late. His motives and all were there due to money and so on, but it didn't like jive so well, and the cat and mouse villain game was not developed as good as it could have been, and even the drama between Rajini and Amitabh was very muted, and it was resolved very early. It's almost as if the director didn't want the two icons to be seen going at each other, but in fact that's what the fan wants. You want a movie with good drama, means the big stars have to be going at each other, and then of course it can resolve in the end, but in the beginning that antagonism has to be built up at least. A good example, a good old example of beautiful villain role build up and antagonism cat and mouse game is of course Basha, where Raghuvaran and Rajini facing each other off in Bombay with both men with machine guns, and Raghuvaran saying Anga Paru, Rajini saying Inga Paru, and all that's become very iconic scenes. So that was a good example of antagonism, how to say the villain built up, and the villain given a character arc, and cat and mouse game and all that. So that was like a well developed character, and the actor also fit in perfectly with the role. So Vijay Deverakonda, I mean Rajini dragging him by the collar when that guy is much more bigger and in size, and fighting with him, such a younger alpha huge size gentleman Vijay Deverakonda is. So that all didn't gel so well, so the director could have looked more deeply into it. However, since Rajini told the director, I'm going to act in your movie, you do it the way you want, and Rajini was looking at these kind of a bit of an alternative filmmakers. So that's where I think he didn't make much of the major decision. In Rajini's hardcore commercial films, especially in the 90s and all, he used to actively participate in the discussions and also suggest a lot of things. But with certain directors, he sort of lets them do the thing, especially those who come in with very strong, their own very hard branding. He at times do not want to spoil their vision for the film. However, he is caught in a conundrum because he has to satisfy both the Rajini fans and also like some of the more so-called upper class audience who want to see art in apostrophe. So guys, that was the story with Vijay Deverakonda. And then what are the other castings that sort of went wrong? Kabali was a film that Rajini acted as a sort of a comeback vehicle after the confusion of Linga. Although Linga actually did great box office numbers, but the way the ending and all that did not gel well with the audience. So in this situation, he again gave a lot of freedom to Pa Ranjit, just like he gave the freedom to T.J. Gnanavel in doing Vettayan. He gave a lot of freedom to Pa Ranjit to sort of reinvent Rajini. Pa Ranjit did a decent job in Kabali, but totally destroyed Rajini's image in Kala, but that's a different topic. But when it came to Kabali, Pa Ranjit, he chose a Chinese gentleman named Vincent Chow as a villain. Now, for you to get a nice, strong villain against the hero in a Tamil film, it's preferable to have a villain who can speak the Tamil language, who understand the local culture and body language, so they can give in a better gravitas to the film. So when they brought in, it's not surprising that outside person, so that things go definitely he now coming to one of to be a villain, and he didn't. You can't blame him because you might ask what's wrong with Jailer. Is such a great movie. Well, Jailer is a beautiful example of perfect or hyper well casting done, even right before, and at the same time casting done not so for other Tamil films. Always ask why you want Nanapatikar what Nelson did, and also I have limitation of course. He was very frank about that. Bring in people. Well, they convinced him for this Kala movie, but when they went a very decent for job, a North actor, for a actor based in Bombay, Delhi, those so anyway, they ended up choosing Jackie Kabali. So now Jackie Shroff was another actor, no doubt, but it's not like a mass crowd pulling Chinese gentleman from Taiwan hero. He's and then now we go off to one of Rajini's biggest hits. So if he were to come on screen for a few minutes, you're not going to have people wrong there. Well, number one, and number two, even the way the film was written, there wasn't that much of a scope either for Jackie Shroff. Nelson did a lot of flower in that role. Getting the actors. So
However,
that
for
is
the role of
suboptimal casting.
it's
Not Jackie Shroff's fault, but that
Bombay
is a
or
role,
Delhi or that
maybe
kind of area,
if was polished, the role was polished a bit more and given to a more tier one
Jackie Shroff.
Hindi star.
Jackie Shroff is a
the
good
movie could have
actor.
done even
He's
superbly
playing
in
supporting
northern,
roles, second hero
belt.
roles, and that kind of
So that
thing.
might have been a
If
miscast by
you suddenly
Nelson.
give him roles where he has to be
by
like one of the
Shivraj Kumar,
fighting with the aura of people
from
like
Kannada industry,
Rajinikanth.
what's very interesting is the Tamil audience
Mohanlal
and so on. So and also the way the role was essayed
before
also.
the movie Jailer,
But
right?
but despite the kind of role
you can't
given,
say
if
that like Dhanush
they chose a hero with a stronger aura, maybe Shah Rukh Salman or what, and tuned up the role in the story and made that himself or
film Jailer could have done very well,
people like Vijay initially. So that is a miscast. I would not have the looks. I don't know if you all, but over the many years, people repeatedly saw him in cinemas and slowly he built up the image. For Shivraj Kumar,
so
he's
therefore
quite well
that
known, of
portion
course,
of the
in the
film
Kannada
was a bit
industry,
underwhelming, but
pretty much a newcomer in the
Nelson
Tamil
did the
industry. So
supreme
when
casting
he
with
Shivraj Kumar
came for those few minutes,
Kannada
his
actor,
face, his
for
look, he
Tamil
had that
audience,
mask,
that
he
guy
had
is
that
very
aura
new
of
but
a
literally when
commercial
they
star,
saw
right?
him on
So
screen, they started
the moment people saw him,
claps and
he
shouts and all that.
immediately
So he has the
everybody
he has the
lashed
aura,
out
he
and
has
started
the
shouting and
charisma.
saying, "We love Shivraj
So
Kumar," and all that.
so that was
whereby
like a
what
perfect
Nelson
casting.
saw in the other
Even
films
if
where
somebody
he
would
acted
have
against
asked me
in
in
Kannada
Kannada
movies,
if I was the
yeah,
director, I would have
Nelson
thought
had
like
confidence that
putting him in
would-
that role,
people
he
gel
could
with
really
him,
carry
like
it off, and
people
don't really know he's like a
okay.
real new face
So
to the
let's
Tamil
hope
audience
for
and all that.
future roles,
But I
future
think after
films,
seeing certain of his
that,
performance,
for example,
in
Balaya
films,
from Telugu
Nelson
that
felt
Nelson
that
wants to put
for
in the
Jailer 2,
gangster
that's what
hardcore
he does
role,
very well
his
because he can
intensity
go
was just
either way.
perfect.
Because
So
Balaya
that
is a
they
big
did
master
very
in
well,
Telugu
okay?
industry. So in
And some
Tamil,
other
Nelson have to handle very carefully. You can't make him like his all known role.
to everybody.
But at the same time, if you do it wrongly, it'll come out not nice. So
that
let's
also
wish
didn't
Nelson
happen
the best
almost
in
because
casting of
Meena
Balaya
was
in
very keen for the
Jailer
role,
2
and
if it happens.
K.S. Ravikumar was the
Other
director,
examples of castings,
to put Meena,
there have been
but
many great
K.S.
castings in
Ravikumar
Rajini
stood for
films,
me, felt
but
very
that's a different
confident
topic.
that Meena had an
Even
innocent
Ramya Krishnan, the
baby girl
iconic
face, and that
antagonist in
would
Padayappa
never
was
work as a
almost,
vamp.
whereas
It is
Ramya
almost
Krishnan
a
is
different
more,
actress,
how
which
to
is
say,
Meena.
more
She really
sharp
lobbied
features
and
and
she was
loved the
able to
role, but
bring the energy
K.S.
to the
Ravikumar
screen.
stood firm as a director.
And
He
so
said
yeah,
that,
that was a great one. And of
Meena
course,
has
in
a
Jailer,
baby face, innocent
people
face,
came in
and not
expecting something,
do
but
well as a
Ramya
villain.
Krishnan was in a
Much
reduced role in that film. Again, they could have put some other senior artists,
more sharp facial features and
as
way
a
she
pairing
carries
with
herself.
Rajinikanth in
And
Jailer.
true
I
enough, Ramya
think
Krishnan did
because
great in
Ramya
the
could
role
be used
again
in
in Jailer. I
kind
felt
of
Ramya
bigger
was
role
somewhat
in
miscast
future
because the
Rajini
audience
films.
gave the expectation.
So in Jailer 2, apparently Nelson
was
is
like
thinking
housewife
of bringing
role.
in
So Nelson could have put in
Telugu
someone else in that wife
Balaya
role for
I'm saying Supreme
Rajini
that
in
he has
Jailer
got
and
such
kept
a big
Ramya for any
aura and
future
such a big
bigger roles,
mass
even as a
energy.
villainess in one of
So
Jailer 2
people
movies.
love
But
him.
anyway,
That's
come
all
to
water under
Tamil
the bridge. And Nelson does it
so,
right. That could
what do you guys
become
think? Do you
supreme
guys
casting
have
also.
any
But at the same time, we must be
other
careful
Rajini films
with Balaya
felt
because
that
if you do it
characters were
wrong
very
and it's
poorly
relatively
cast
new
and
Tamil
the
audience
film
also
would
might
have
go in a
benefited
very wrong way.
greatly.
So it all
By
it's all
putting
up
in
to
another
Nelson's skills.
character.
So these are some of the
artist or another
examples, guys,
actor.
where
Do
I
share in the comment
can
section.
tell you about
See,
what are the
there could also be
right
learning
and wrongs
points
of
for
castings, and
filmmakers
especially
who work with
I
Rajini
gave you about
because
3 to
our
4
hero is
wrong
running
casting
like
examples, right?
like
But
fire
Jackie
engine
Shroff
running so
in
fast.
Jailer,
So
the Chinese villain
there
in
will be lessons also
Kabali,
for
and
casting
such
for
things.
future directors, how to put
So
characters in
Raghuvaran
Rajini
is
films.
another
For
guy
example,
who
Raghuvaran
has
was
been
very well
casted
cast in
supremely,
certain
especially
Rajini
in
films,
Basha.
just supporting
Initially,
roles.
they were considering
Actually,
some
they could have
Bombay
worked
actor for
harder
that
on his
role,
character
but
to make him
eventually
a
landed
good
with
antagonist for
Raghuvaran.
Rajini.
And
Basha is a
again,
supreme
many
example of that.
Rajini
They
films
have
have
done
done
another
came,
movie
but the
whereby
directors
they
did not use him
gave
so
good
well. He
elements
was
to
just put as a supporting
Raghuvaran's character as a
character,
villain and Rajini as a hero.
Sarath Babu
That
kind of
movie would have done
Rajinikanth.
triple or
If
quadruple
they've
what Basha
built
did,
up
but somehow they
Raghuvaran
kept
as a
putting him
mega
as
villain and
like a
Rajini as
friend and all that.
superhero in
Again,
some
Amitabh versus
movie
Rajini
after
also could have
Basha,
really built
he would have
up
done
in
so well, but
in the recent
for some
film
reason,
Vettaiyan, but
couldn't
that
take
also
that
they
direction.
sort of
So
failed.
can
So
you
what
give
are other
example of
characters you think
such
are miscast as
miscast
Rajini film?
Thank you
Thanks
guys.
for